You're being haunted right now by your own atoms. This is your host, Matias, and I'm not being dramatic. Tiny particles inside your body are literally phasing through solid walls like ghosts. And I don't mean metaphorically or kind of. I mean literally. They're walking through barriers that should be impossible to cross. Not climbing, not squeezing, not breaking, just vanishing and reappearing on the other side. And here's the kicker. This isn't some once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. It's happening billions of times per second in your body. Without it, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be alive. Your phone wouldn't work. The sun would be a cold, dead rock drifting in space. And if you really want to melt your brain, yes, scientists have shown that you could technically walk through a wall too. You'd just have to wait longer than the current age of the universe for the odds to line up. So, maybe don't hold your breath. Today, I'm showing you the invisible teleportation glitch that your body exploits every single day. And why the physics of the tiniest things feels more like a fever dream than science. So hit subscribe, because reality is about to get weirder. Here's what most people don't know. When things get really, really small, like smaller than an atom, normal physics just stops making sense. Let's make this simple. Imagine you're playing catch with your friend. You throw a tennis ball at a wall. It either bounces off, or if you're really strong, it smashes through. Now shrink that tennis ball down to the size of an electron. Suddenly, a third option appears. The ball just shows up on the other side of the wall. No bounce, no smashing. It just teleports through, like it glitched out of reality and came back in. That's quantum tunneling. And no, I'm not making this up. Scientists have been studying this bizarre phenomenon for over 100 years, and they're still baffled by how it works, because it's not supposed to happen. And yet it does, all the time. Here's the short version. Tiny particles don't exist in one clean location. Instead, they're described as probability clouds. It's like they exist everywhere they might be until we measure them. That means there's always a tiny chance they could appear on the wrong side of a barrier. And when the odds hit just right, boom, they teleport, they tunnel through. Physics at this scale doesn't say that's impossible. It just says, well, the odds are low, but sure, why not? But here's the part no one told you in school. Your body figured out this glitch a long time ago, and it's been abusing it constantly to keep you alive. Let's start with your DNA. That beautiful twisted ladder structure. It's held together by microscopic Velcro-like forces, including hydrogen atoms that glue base pairs together. But hydrogen is tiny, so tiny, in fact, that it sometimes teleports. Right now, inside your cells, hydrogen atoms occasionally tunnel from one side of a DNA strand to the other. It's like moving a letter in a sentence. Suddenly, your genetic code says something completely different. That's called a mutation. Now don't panic. Your cells have built-in repair crews. Think of them like tiny proofreaders running spell check nonstop. But sometimes a typo slips through. And that's one reason people get cancer, even if they've never smoked or stood out in the sun too long. Their DNA got edited by a quantum glitch, and the universe just shrugged and let it happen. Now let's talk about digestion. When you eat anything, breakfast, pizza, a questionable gas station burrito, your body has to run trillions of chemical reactions to turn that food into energy. This is done by tiny protein machines called enzymes. And some of them, they cheat. When an enzyme needs to move a tiny particle to complete a reaction, it doesn't always follow the normal chemical path. Instead, it lets the particle teleport. That's right, some particles skip over energy barriers completely by tunneling. It's faster, more efficient. Your stomach is literally speed-running chemistry using a quantum hack. And without it, your metabolism would be so slow, you'd probably have to eat constantly just to stay conscious. So, be thankful. Your digestive system is basically breaking the laws of chemistry on purpose. Let's zoom into your tech. Every photo on your phone, every message, Every note, meme, app, or video is stored because electrons are teleporting. Here's how that works. Your phone's memory traps electrons inside tiny boxes. To save a new piece of data, an electron has to get into one of those boxes. But the walls are solid. So how does it get in? You guessed it, tunneling. Engineers designed those walls to be thin enough that electrons can phase through them. To delete that data later, the electron tunnels back out. So every time you unlock your phone, doom scroll Instagram, or send an embarrassing text, you're watching quantum tunneling at work. Particles teleporting through barriers. In your hand, every single day. Now let's get cosmic. Here's a crazy fact. The sun isn't hot enough to work, seriously. For the sun to shine, hydrogen atoms have to smash together and fuse. But they naturally repel each other, because they're both positively charged. It's like trying to push two magnets together at the wrong ends. Even though the sun's core is 15 million degrees, that's not enough to overcome the repulsion. Not with classical physics anyway. So how does fusion happen? Quantum tunneling. The particles don't force their way through. They tunnel through. They cheat the system. And the result? Sunlight. That beam of sunshine warming your face right now. That's because particles 93 million miles away teleported through a wall of impossibility. Without quantum tunneling, the sun would be dark, Earth would be frozen, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Now, let's step back. What does this all mean? It means the universe is running on two sets of rules. At the big scale, cars, people, planets, everything follows common sense. A thing stays put unless you move it. Walls are solid, nothing disappears and reappears. But at the tiny scale, atoms, electrons, particles, those rules break down. Particles jump, blur, split, recombine, they teleport, they tunnel. They do things no one can predict with certainty. And yet, somehow, your body operates in both worlds at once. You are a walking miracle of ordered chaos, a bag of meat, bones, and atoms, built on statistical nonsense. And here's the thing. Scientists are just getting started. Right now, quantum computers are being built using tunneling and other weird quantum behaviors. These machines might one day solve medical mysteries, revolutionize encryption, and even model entire galaxies. But there's a twist. The same tunneling that makes tiny tech work also makes it harder to scale. When engineers shrink circuits down too far, electrons start teleporting where they shouldn't. That causes errors, glitches, and heat. So, ironically, the very quantum magic that made modern computers possible is now what's limiting how small and fast we can go. It's like the universe saying, yes, I'll let you borrow this cheat code, but don't get greedy. And finally, the part you've been waiting for. Could you teleport through a wall, technically? Yes. If all the atoms in your body happened to tunnel in the same direction, you'd pop out the other side. The odds of that? So mind-numbingly low that you'd need to try longer than the universe has existed. And even then, you'd probably just lose a toe. But still, quantum physics doesn't say never. It just says, good luck with those odds. So, the next time someone tells you reality makes sense, remember this. Your DNA is glitching and being repaired nonstop. Your stomach is using physics exploits to digest lunch. Your phone memory is made of teleporting particles. The sun is shining because matter cheated. And all of that, every single part, is only possible because the universe lets particles break the rules. You're not just alive. You're made of magic. Hit like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what blew your mind the most. This is Matias with Spinifacts. Reality is weirder than you think, and we're just getting started.